Hey, this is Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. Yeah, we got stuff. MSNBC contributor Michelle Bernard, Michael Brown, latest casualty in war on black boys. We're going to play a video for you, a little clip for you in a minute, but appearing on a November 24th edition of Hardball, MSNBC contributor Michelle Bernard called for the federal Justice Department to get involved in prosecuting Ferguson, Missouri police officer Darren Wilson, regardless of the outcome of the St. Louis County grand jury investigation. Rehashing a charge she leveled earlier this year, Bernard insisted that Brown was the latest casualty of a nationwide war on black boys and castigated conservatives who support states' rights by suggesting the notion was simply an excuse for racist, unequal treatment of blacks by law enforcement. I'm going to play the video in a minute, but I want you to look at something that she said. Excuse me. She said, a war on black boys. You know, you don't see this kind of result. You don't hear a damn thing from Hardball, MSNBC, Michelle Bernard, or any of the rest of these liberals out there when you have a black-on-black crime like in the city of Chicago, which has them more than any other city in the United States, when you have a black guy who kills an 8-year-old girl who's sitting on her front porch because it's a stray bullet, because he's got to be Mr. Macho Man. Now, I'm not saying that all blacks are like this. I'm saying that there is a definite problem. The other thing that you got to look at is this woman here right away, and this is one of the problems we have in this country, is the fact that everybody wants the federal government to get involved. She would just as soon strip the states of all their rights and turn it all over to the federal government. Well, look at the mess the federal government is in. You want your state to be like that? But that's besides the point. Doesn't matter to her. So let us continue and let us play this clip by with her on Hardball tonight.
The other issue here, then again, is let's say if there was no indictment tonight, there is, as Congressman Cleaver was saying in the last segment, there's still the possibility that federal charges could be filed. Michelle, do we have any sense? Do we have any signals? I mean, this is something that the Justice Department, the administration, would have to be involved in. Do they have any appetite potentially for getting involved in this?
You know, I mean, with the stepping down of Eric Holder sometime in the near future, I mean, we don't know what's in store for us at the federal level, and this is part of the problem, and I think why you see so many members of the African American community and others, quite frankly, outraged by what seems to not be happening in Ferguson. It started with the Gina 6 in Louisiana, and I believe back then there was a petition that was going around by Color of Change that said that basically we could not allow people like the district attorney to turn our police departments, our police forces, and our court systems into basically instruments of intimidation and oppression. And it feels like the same thing is happening in Ferguson. And once again, when we get into this debate about the proper role of government, do we need a big government? Do we need a small government? And we hear people on the right incessantly talking about states' rights. There are people that wear my skin every day that say this is why we don't want to hear about states' rights, because over and over and over again, our state governments show us that the only protection, the only time that there is equality of law for people of color is if the federal government has the opportunity to intervene. And I am hoping that the Justice Department will intervene in this case no matter what happens, because as I have said on this program before, it feels like there has been a war on black boys and black men in this country, and we see it over and over and over again. And Michael Brown is the latest casualty of that war on black boys.
Now there's your problem. You heard her. Bring the federal government in. Don't worry about state rights. You don't have any rights as a state. That's not the way this country works. That's not the way this government works. And by the way, just to let you know, this is being done after the decision came out. And the grand jury, which investigated the heck out of this thing, said they found no reason to bring charges. How many times does this police officer have to go through this? This police officer and his family. So let's see. Why don't we try this? The state didn't do it to suit Michelle Bernard, so how about we get the federal government involved, and then they can investigate it. And if they come up with the same finding, well, maybe we should take it to the United Nations. You know, where does it stop? Where does it stop? These liberals out there, and I'm not saying all liberals, I'm just saying these socialist, communist liberals out there, like Michelle Bernard, doesn't know a damn thing. She may be a journalist, maybe she isn't, I don't know, but I will tell you this, she knows absolutely nothing about how this government is supposed to run, and it's supposed to be limited federal intervention in states' rights. And here's one that's just ready to jump on the bandwagon like they all do and just strip the states of their rights and let's all go with one gigantic big federal government. I don't think so. But hey, that's just my opinion. This has been Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget that little button that I told you in an early video where you can get notified by YouTube when I upload a new video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hey, you have a great day.